Hey y'all, we're back again in the book of Luke, and tonight we're in chapter 4, and I want to talk about verses 18 and 19. Now, a couple of days ago in chapter 1, we were talking about how Zechariah received good news from Gabriel, and the point of the message that day was that when the Lord gives you good news, just because you don't know how or when that good news is going to come to pass in your life, doesn't mean that you should doubt the ability of God. So, here in chapter 4, Jesus is quoting the prophet Isaiah, who was prophesying about a future kingdom. The latter part of the Old Testament is full of prophecy that speaks of this coming Savior that is going to rescue the oppressed and set the captives free. All the Jews thought that meant that they were going to be free from the Romans because they were vile oppressors to the Jews. They were heavily taxed, they were enslaved, they were slowly pushed out of their homes. The Romans had destroyed and looted the Jewish temples and so many other things. Well, we know that one of the names of Jesus is that he is the King of Kings. So let's think about what a king is. Kings are appointed because they come from a royal line of kingship. They are not married into a family. So for Jesus, when he shows up and he starts talking about how he's the fulfillment of all this prophecy, that he is that king that they are waiting for, people find it hard to believe him, because when you think about a king, you don't think that he comes from a lowly family outside of a royal priesthood, who was born of a carpenter and a virgin, who was born outside in a barn with all kinds of animals, dressing the way that he dressed, talking the way that he talked, sitting and eating with the kinds of people that he sat and ate with. On top of that, the kind of people that were following him were not the kind of people that a king would have following him. From the time that Isaiah gave the prophecy to the time that Jesus quoted the prophecy was a 2,000-year time span. Jesus showed up looking like nothing what the people expected. And just because what you want doesn't show up the way that you expect, doesn't mean that God isn't doing anything. Wait on the Lord. His timing is perfect.